Good morning. This is Relevant Bible Talk
In the dark.
in the dark. Ooh. We are on I-5 heading north back home. It is 1:32 a.m. Arriving at our house at 2:44. If you don't think we're down for you, this better prove it.
Yeah.
And don't have nothing specific to talk about, but have a lot of things to talk about. So, you know, this I don't know if any of you, most of you maybe have never driven I-5. It connects Northern California to Southern California. It's a very lonely highway with occasional truck stops, but for the most part, it's nothing out here. And we just want to talk to you guys. Just want to have a conversation with them, babe.
Yeah.
They're family, you know, and I think we're gonna get some nuggets out of this, just in conversation, right? You know, and you know, as you guys know, if you watched the last few videos, we came down to Southern California for something really, really important, you know, and sometimes you have to make things happen, you know, and just say, God, you got to figure this out, how we can make it happen, how we can do it, you know, and it's been a long time coming. Guys, I'm going to speak for myself right now. I've been married into this family now for quite a few years. And in these last 2 days, I've gotten to know my new family through Sharon more in these last 2 days than in all the years we've been together. You know, and to be unified together, as you guys know, if you're part of this Relevant Bible Talk or House of Rest, you know that, you know, Sharon's brother, the situation that he's been incarcerated unjustly with many years, close to 20, right?
Yes.
And basically, let me bring you up to speed real quick, is somebody that was locked up with him got out and said, I'm going to advocate for you for clemency, for compassionate release, for something. And the first thing he did was get a hold of Sharon, of your sister, the family, and he came down to LA to meet with the family, and that sparked this thing that the family has been wanting to do for a long time. You know, that's kind of how you describe it, right?
Yeah. It kind of gave us a voice, you know, because for so long we've been wanting to speak out for so long, and we just didn't know how to do it or how to go about it. And we've tried before. We've reached out to the ACLU. We've reached out to organizations. We've written letters to the governor, to the judges, to many places, even to the president, believe it or not. And we've tried in so many ways, and we have just never been heard. And I think for the last few years, it has just been very, very hard, to the point where we almost felt like we felt defeated, you know, a little bit. And it was just hard.
It's almost like the family just settled and like, well, I mean, he's just going to do his time and that's it. And these injustices were just never going to be spoken of, right?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, this last few days was really important because not only did this friend of his that was with him and is helping him and is advocating for him. Not only did he come to Los Angeles to meet everyone, but it allowed, I mean, as far as I know, I'm sure the family, they always talk about him. They always talk about Luis, over the dinner table, over holidays, but to get everybody concentrated solely for the purpose of talking about Luis, sharing stories, sharing the different things they knew about the case and whatnot, and it just kind of like opened a can of worms, not against Luis, but against organizations, against police departments, against a lot of things, and wow, this documentary we're doing, there's so many things, guys. You know how that saying is, all the planets line up?
Yeah.
There's so many things that I do believe with all my heart that this is like the planets were lined up perfectly, that God set everything in motion. And I want to say this. After all of these years of nothing happening, all of a sudden, he encouraged you to do the prison ministry, right?
Yeah.
The prison ministry was an idea because I was receiving transcripts from a church when I was in prison. I remember sharing it with Sharon, but I think it was just an idea. Then you spoke to your brother about it, right?
Yeah.
And what did he tell you?
When I had talked to him about it, he wanted to receive some of them, and when he received one or two of them, he was so encouraged by the gesture that he felt like he was in service, and
he felt like he was there, huh?
Yeah, he felt like he was there, and it was his letter that encouraged me to just do it.
Really push through.
And it really pushed me to just say, you know what, then we're gonna do this.
Because guys, I couldn't take on the ministry. There's too much. Remember? And you said, I want to do it. I'll do it. And you were so excited because your brother was excited.
Yeah. And I just said, okay, we're gonna do it. And trust me, there has been so many challenges with the prison ministry, because it seems like the enemy has just made it harder and harder to kind of, to continue with it. And, we have a desk full at the church right now of transcripts ready to go out, and there is chaplains needing to be talked to. There is things that are taking place because there seems like we keep hitting these brick walls, and I said, no, I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm really not going to let it stop me. They need to go out because they're wanting us to do it a certain way, and this way and that way, and we've come to different terms of being able to send them out, because regardless, they need to get these transcripts, and I'm not giving up. I am not giving up. I am going to get them out to them in any which way or form that they need to get them. We're going to get them to them. And, I have taken it upon myself to say, if it means for me to have to call every single prison that we are dealing with individually and talk to the chaplains myself, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it, and figure out what I need to do in order for me to get these into the chaplain's hands if I have to, and have the prisoners go get them from the chaplains if that's what needs to be done. But I know that we're going to get them in there, and it's going to be done. So, guys, I'm gonna say this because not only has this has been an emotional 2 days for our family. It has really been a very hard 2 days for our family. And even for for his children as well.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, a healing process for our family. For my mother, you know, my mother has gone through so much. She's gone through so much, and I'm just so thankful and grateful that we've come together and have been able to speak about a lot of the things that we have probably have been holding back and have not been able to speak about, and just be able to share our hearts about a lot of this stuff.
I wanted to go back because I didn't finish my thought. When I was saying that everything lined up is because I believe the reason I brought up about him encouraging the transcript sermons is because here's the thing, right? Is that where there's fruit, God begins to bless. And because of his encouragement to Sharon to push to do this prison ministry, to get these transcripts to other inmates, I believe that there's a fruit that is growing from it. And because of that, God starts to make moves and line things up. For Ben to come out of prison and meet the family, for us to actually be able to go is an incredible feat in itself, kind of sort of last minute. For his daughter to be in a certain place, for your sister that lives out of state to happen to be there. I mean, so many things lined up for this documentary to happen. It was incredible.
Yes.
You know, and not only that, guys, on the deeper end, on our end, okay, is that in talking to Ben, who came out of prison that was with him, I said, you know what? Because he has this advocacy group, am I saying it right, on Facebook, and he wants to get more people to follow and more people because he wants to do some things in Washington to take it there. And I said, you know what? I said, you probably don't know this about me, but I do video editing and film production. Why don't we do a little 10, 15 minute, little quick story, like a Facebook story? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And, that's another thing that lined up, guys, because those of you that have been watching this channel long enough know that I was planning to make a movie out of Midst of My Confusion, my book. And I had planned it. I had lined up actors. And whether that's ever going to happen or not, I put a pause on it. And sometimes I would ask God, why am I pausing this? Why are you doing this? We were going full blown. I mean, hardcore full blown to get this movie done. And then all of a sudden just stopped. And then it made sense to me as we were heading to LA, because I had, the lights, the camera, some of the stuff in the back of the truck. And I said, I don't want to do a 10 or 15 minute video. Remember I was telling you? I said, you know what? We're going to make this into a full-blown documentary. That's why the Lord led me to buy the things that we needed to buy in order to make that movie. I thought it was for a movie, but it was meant for this documentary. There's going to be movies in the future. Yeah, that'll come when it's God's timing. But right now, it was for this purpose right now. And that's another thing that lined up to me. Would you agree, Ben?
I would agree.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point I wanted to make as far as the lining up. I just wanted to finish that thought, I don't know if there's anything more.
I just believe God's timing of everything, like you said, my sister being there, and then his daughter at the moment, she...
Oh, that's another thing.
She was going through such hard times, and she was just, at that time, just coming out of a very hard mental breakdown. you know, and emotional breakdown.
As we were driving there,
As we were driving, she called me and she says, Auntie, she says, I just had a mental breakdown and I just came out of the hospital. And guys, a lot of this has to do because of her dad, of her missing her dad. And I told her, you know, are you willing to sit down and talk about your dad? She goes, right now is a good time because I need to release and I need to talk about my dad. And it was a healing process for her because she got to talk to her dad and they got to talk to one another, and both of them, they had so much forgiveness towards one another.
They just bare their hearts to each other.
Yeah, they did. And that was the most precious thing that a father and daughter can do for one another. You know, there was forgiveness and there was so much healing in what took place, and man, I was so thankful to the Lord for that, because she needed to hear from her dad that he loved her, and he needed to hear from her, Daddy, I forgive you. You know, it's not your fault. And I think my brother needed to hear that,
yeah,
from his little girl.
Guys,
You know?
when I interviewed Sharon, your sister, Ben, Abraham, Matthew, I interviewed a lot of people over this last 2 days, but when I heard him talk to his daughter, I got triggered, man, because I remembered the conversations with my daughters, and there was a moment where I'm so glad the room was dark, because the light was only on the daughter, the way we were filming it, and I had tears streaming down my face. I almost left the room because it triggered me so bad, because I know what that feels like. And when she said, Dad, I forgive you, you know, because that's what every father, that's all you do in prison, guys. All you do in prison is you feel guilty every time you talk to your child and they say, I miss you. Every single time, you know, a holiday goes by, or Thanksgiving goes by, or graduation. I missed my daughter's high school graduation. So, man, when I heard his daughter tell her dad, I love you and I forgive you.
She said, Daddy, I forgive you.
That ruined me. That messed me up, guys. And, you know, this documentary, guys, it's not going to be something that's really long, because, you know what? We are fighting to get him out before they say he's going to get out, because there's no reason why he's there that long. There's no reason for it. Did he receive a 25-year sentence?
Yeah.
25-year sentence in federal prison, you do 85% of that. You know, and like I promised him yesterday when I talked to him off the camera, I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this as quickly as I possibly can, because I know every day that passes is another day you're in there. And who knows? I don't know what's going to happen with this documentary, but here's the thing, right? I mean, our highest hopes is that somehow, some way, you know, he gets his day in court. You know, he gets his chance. But let's say that doesn't happen. And we're praying that's not what goes on. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people that are suffering in the federal prison system and the state prison system unjustly. And yeah, we get it. There's people that have done horrible things. But there's people, guys, seriously, that have not been given justice, and for non-violent crimes. Non-violent crimes.
Well, look at my brother-in-law.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to...
Yeah. Talk about that later.
You know, but we're really working on this. I'm excited to get home and dump all of these memory cards onto the PC and start, you know, separating these files and doing what I got to do, making movie magic out of this, guys, because it's going to be powerful. you know, and
But on another note, I just want to, I'm so thankful just to our beautiful church family who always step up and hold down the fort.
yeah,
You know, because aside from that, you know, our pastor here, man, was sick and with these allergies.
well,
and
turned into
everything.
a sinus cold.
Yeah, you know, he was sick with his allergies, you know, and everything, and he still did what he needed to do. We knew we weren't going to be able to make it back on time for Bible study and everything. And then, you know, Pastor Al stepped in to take care of, you know, Bible study.
Wednesday night Bible study.
Yes, and then we had Ruben who stepped in to do the worship. And then I'm so
Hassan.
blessed that, you know, yes, Brother Hassan stepped in to do the youth. And I'm so blessed because everybody just stepped in to do things. And then I had, you know, Sister Diana and Johnny who went in and started, you know, tearing down, you know, the props and everything.
Oh, they did?
Yes. You know, thank you so much, guys, for doing everything that needed to be done, you know. Bless your hearts, man. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
just for everybody who just goes and steps in, for all of you guys that were out there on Monday evangelizing.
I saw the pictures.
Yes, beautiful. Everybody was out there, and little Selena out there yelling Jesus, little representing, you know, the little youth, you know, and the children's, for the children, man. I can hear her little voice yelling Jesus. I get so excited to see our family so on fire and just, man, just doing what they're doing. And here's the thing, we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna just go, and then we gotta go back straight to conference.
Well, that's what I was
next
gonna.
week.
Yeah, I was gonna tell them, guys. We didn't realize it till like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
That conference is next week. So right now it's Thursday because it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
We're gonna be home Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday service, and then we're leaving to
Yeah.
Houston.
We have tomorrow. We're gonna be visiting our sister church. And
Today,
then,
you mean?
Yeah, today, and then we have Eli's birthday, guys. Eli's 50th birthday on Saturday, which we're really excited for. And then, guys, if you haven't signed up, if you're local and you haven't signed up for a dish or anything, please make sure that you're signing up for a dish at the
Is there a car over here?
church. No, there's not. Make sure you're signing up for a dish, guys. You know, let me know what you're going to be bringing to Eli's 50th birthday party. It's going to be going. So let me know what you guys are going to be bringing for Eli's 50th birthday party. I would like to know. If not, just send me a message. Let me know what you'll be bringing for a side dish, drinks, you know, utensils, ice, whatever it is. Please let me know. I need to know ASAP. Also, we will be there on Saturday. If you need any information, let me know. And we'll be there Sunday, of course. And then we're gone after Sunday. We're going to be leaving to our conference.
Yeah, every year Grace International has their leadership conference in Oceanside, which is by San Diego. This is the first year that I've ever been part of Grace International, that we've been part of Grace International, where it's at headquarters in Houston.
Yes.
And so yeah, we're gonna be there.
And we were not planning.
Yeah,
on
we were
going.
not planning on going at all till last minute.
Yeah, because we have some friends in Texas that said, you know what, you guys can stay in our kids' room, and we would love to have you guys. And we're like, you know what, if we can stay in your kids' room, we'll go.
Yeah, because at first we were like, okay,
We can't afford
let's
to
look at
go.
the flights, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're not okay. Flights, they're decent. I mean, and then we're like a car rental, and then a hotel, and then food, and I'm just like, there's no way, So we had already registered.
Yeah.
And I had to call and we'll email them and say, we're not going to make it, but then, man, praise God.
Yeah, we had a beautiful Sanchez family that said, you know what, you guys can stay here in our kids' room, and we're like, praise God, yes,
Yeah, so they used
our Sanchez family.
When they lived in Modesto, they were members of House of Rest family.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved to Houston, and they started going to the Grace International Church there, which is headquarters. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Last minute.
Yeah. So, another thing, or did I cut you off?
No, go ahead.
What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. I think that was what I was going to say. Guys, forgive me. It's 2 in the morning, man. And we're in the middle of nowhere, so it's kind of weird. But, I know what I wanted to say. We thanked the people at the church, everybody that stepped in. And, but I want to thank our sister that actually blessed us with gas money to come down to LA. I know she doesn't like us to say who she is, but you know who you are. And that, man, was truly a blessing.
Yes.
For her to be like, oh, I sent a cash app to you for gas. Sister, I used every penny of that. Man, this gas is crazy. So seriously, you truly, sister, made a dent on this trip, because God, God knows, man, we did everything to make this trip happen, and you were a big part of that, and that was a blessing too, because I just wanted to give her props.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because every bit helps. Thank you so much. Because even Abraham's out here, because that's our camera crew right there.
Yeah. Abraham came and Matthew came.
And they helped out.
Yeah, I needed them. So not only did we do interviews, we actually went, because I have my drone, and then we actually went to where you grew up.
Yeah, we went to go do footage.
Oh, the streets weird.
We did footage and everything of where we grew up, in the house area,
the neighborhood
and everything of where we grew up, the house when we were really, really little, the school where we actually grew up as well. So Abraham and Matthew were the crew.
Yeah.
So we needed them. They're the ones that helped set everything up. We ended up having to get a hotel that had like an area where we can actually set everything up and set up all the equipment and everything. So, guys, it has been a busy 2 days.
Guys, yeah, this is full production, guys. This ain't a smartphone recording people. This is full boom mic stands, lights, camera, tripods. I mean, everything. The works for a feature film, and so yeah, I needed Abraham and Matthew to help, because it's too much for me. It's way too much, and they helped a lot.
Yeah.
They helped a lot, and I appreciate them too. That's other people we want to thank, and they don't watch our devotionals, but they see us every day. They don't watch the devotionals, but yeah, very much appreciated, to them, and to them also. Just, it's going to be great, guys, and you're going to see the progress of the documentary. I'm already thinking ideas on like the little preview trailer. I'm probably going to make one of those first, just to spark some interest. As you guys know, when a lot of independent movies come out, they have a pre-trailer, and then later on when it's done, they have a better trailer, and that helps kind of let people know that this thing is coming. So that's probably the same pattern that I'm going to do something at too. So it'll be nice.
Guys, we're not trying to make a movie here or nothing. What we're trying to do is make awareness.
Yeah.
And bring awareness when David talks about making a trailer and everything, it's not about making a movie or anything like that.
Because even documentaries have trailers.
You know, our goal is to speak about the injustices that are taking place, and to share. Just to give you guys a quick little. My brother was kidnapped over 15 years ago. Going on 18 years ago, he was kidnapped from Honduras and extradited. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yes, and he was put on a commercial plane, and he was taken out of Honduras, kidnapped out of Honduras illegally, and taken into El Salvador, and he was actually tortured and extradited into Miami and brought in illegally into Miami. And when they brought him into Miami, he was brought in illegally, and when they brought him in illegally, they pretty much brought him in saying that he came into the country illegally when they brought him into the country illegally. And that is why we're fighting.
Yeah.
Because my brother was kidnapped by a kill squad battalion that was supposed to pretty much kill him, and when they dropped some paperwork back in Honduras, that paperwork was actually immediately taken to the media, and when they saw that they could not kill him, that's when when they started, trying to bring him back to the States, all happened. So it's just so much, guys, so much injustice that was made, so much stuff that took place. It is something big.
Yeah.
And he is doing time for all the wrong reasons. And a lot of cover up and a lot of stuff is just being done that is just wrong.
I want to add that, Ben started, what is that group called, babe, on Facebook?
Justice for Luis.
Yeah, Justice for Luis. And his plan is to get as many people to get behind this movement through this Facebook page. And that's kind of the beginning of the plan that he has to take legal action. This is why we need to put together a preview of it. That's why, because when people can see something visually and actually hear, it's easier for somebody to say, man, that is messed up. I want to get behind this movement. I want to help. I want to be a part of this. I want to be part of this petition or whatever it is that we need, and that's, I like what Sharon said, because ultimately that's the whole goal.
Yeah, we were silenced for so long, guys. We were a family that was silenced for so long. And Ben was somebody that was in there with my brother for some time, and when he came out and he said that this was my brother's wishes, then what we have to do is we have to stand with him. And we have stood in the background for so long, silenced, and we don't want to be silenced anymore. We don't want to stay quiet. We've been afraid for too long. And the one thing that I told my brother, and I said, it's either go big or go home. And he says, well, it's time, and there's no turning back anymore. There's no turning back. And and we're ready. We're ready. We're all ready. All of us. We said that we're all ready to go forward and to not stay quiet anymore, because what they did to him was wrong, and nobody deserves what they've done to him. Nobody deserves that.
Didn't you say that when they tortured him, that like they deformed him at that time?
His handcuffs were on him for, so tight and so bad that his hands were practically broken. They didn't feed him for days. He was left in feces. He was really bad. They had beat him really bad.
Yeah.
And that was just the hardest thing for my mom to go through, to know that her son, he had went through torture for so many days,
I know a lot of times people watch movies of people, tortured or kidnapped or whatever, or crooked officials. Guys, this is real. This is real, is that the very fact that a lot of times, if the United States can't get something done, they'll hire somebody outside of the country to do the dirty work. And that's a truth that nobody wants to talk about.
There's the same battalion. There's another case here in San Francisco. That same
battalion.
Yeah, that same battalion.
They're basically guns for hire.
Yeah, that same battalion actually was hired to kill somebody's brother.
A journalist.
Yeah, a journalist from Honduras as well. And she began a movement, and she's from San Francisco. And it's unfortunate because he didn't make it.
And it was the same.
And it was the same
battalion that got your brother.
that actually kidnapped my brother. Yeah.
And all behind that was a police officer from the United States. Crazy stuff, guys. This ain't Hollywood stuff. This is real life. And this is why the family has stayed quiet. But in talking to Luis, I asked him myself, because I'm the one filming this. And I said, Luis, I need to know, I need to hear it from you. How far and how deep do you want to take this? Because this is your story. And he said, I want all of it said. I'm tired of it being hidden. And I want the whole story out there. I said, okay, brother. I needed to hear it from you. So that's what we've been doing for 2 days. To be honest with you, this is ministry too, guys. This is, yeah, we have a prison ministry. Yeah, we send transcripts out. Yeah, we email a lot of the inmates and answer them and things like that, but this is ministry too. This is ministry too, guys. And because of Luis, Luis is the one, guys, that our Anthony De La Garza, our brother, who you guys know that passed and is with the Lord now, was paralyzed from his throat down, that he couldn't even, he would write Luis. He wanted to write Luis, and this is why, because when he found out that Sharon had a brother in prison, he said, I need to write him because I know what it feels like to be locked in the prison. And Anthony said, even though I'm not in a cell, I'm locked in my body. And he became pen pals with Luis. And Luis was so heartbroken because he knew that Anthony was getting sick and getting worse. and you had to break it to him, remember?
Yeah.
Sharon had to break it to him when Anthony passed.
He was broken.
He was broken, man. You know, and that's ministry, guys. You know, and he reads the sermons. He read the book. We sent him Alfonso's book. We sent him Eli's book. We sent him my book, the identity book. We sent him the sermons. God is doing something in Luis's heart, man. You know, it's to the point now where he starts sharing this stuff with other inmates. He passes the books around, you know, and, you know, God is just doing something amazing, man. You know, we can never underestimate the Lord, because somebody else might say, well, why, you know, this ain't gonna happen or that ain't gonna happen or whatever. But here's the thing, you know, is anything impossible for God? That's scripture. There's nothing impossible for the Lord. You know, and that's why when we get busy for the Lord gets busy for us. You know, and I don't know what you're going to take from this video, you know, or whatnot, because you have your own situations. You have your own family issues. You have, maybe it's not somebody incarcerated. Maybe it's somebody that's sick. Maybe it's somebody that's hurting. Maybe it's somebody that's just lost in alcoholism or lost on drugs. And they're, in a sense, they're in a prison in their own right for years. Maybe they haven't been in prison for 20 years, but they've been in addiction for 20 years. And you think that there's no way out. And there is a way out. There is, man. You know, and the Lord Jesus Christ makes a way. And we just can't give up. And we have to have hope. And we have to have trust. You know, we have to use wisdom. We have to be smart. We have to think. God gave us our brains, you know, and we got to think and be creative. And, you know, doing a documentary is just another way of being creative. It's another way of bringing, what's the word, to people, awareness.
Yes.
That's all it is. A documentary is just to bring awareness to the situation. We're like, okay, people like documentaries. Let's do it. Why not? You know, and it's just to bring awareness, and not just to Luis, to a lot of people that are in the prison systems, you know?
Unjustly.
Yeah, unjustly. I have met people in prison that belong there. But I've met a lot of people that don't. I mean, great people that are not violent.
25 years for coming back into this country under their bringing him back is not right.
Yeah. You know, and I think that what's going to happen is this whole movement, Justice for Luis, is going to bring awareness to a lot, you know? I don't know. Just I know that to the voters, we all want our street safe. I want my street safe. I have daughters. I want them safe. I don't want, you know, violent people or rapists or whatever out there. You know, prisons are there for a reason. But here's the thing, right? Is that everybody will agree that, yeah, man, build prisons because dangerous people. But here's what happens: is there's a system in place that takes our emotions of wanting to be safe and creates an industry out of it. Takes advantage of our fears or our worries for our daughters, for our wives, you know, for ourselves. And they take advantage of that and create an industry. And basically it's modern day slavery. And they give them 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And you know what? They make them work. And they make them build things. And then they sell those things. There's factories. Each of the, you know, I don't know about state prison, but federal prison, they have a factory called Unicore. And Unicore, each one of them creates something different. They make things for Jeeps. They make things for Hummers. They make chairs. They make lockers. And each one is its own industry. And the prison makes money off of that. Why do they want people in 1 or 2 years? What better way than to get people 10, 15, 20, 30 years? You got yourself a 30-year slave. so you can make money. And they use our fears to create an industry. You know that?
It's horrible.
Right? Modern day slavery, guys. You know, so anything else, man? No? Guys, it's 2:17 in the morning. I'm gonna stop the video. The dark edition of Relevant Bible Talk.
No, we're sorry, guys. It's just hard to drive with the lights on the 5
Yeah, there's a lot of
trucks.
big rigs and whatnot. So when I do this, it puts a glare and yeah, I want to be around longer than today. So, but we're 26 minutes from home, so I'm gonna stop the video. That way it can upload. Well, actually, I gotta render it, and then I can upload it, and it'll be ready for you because you guys are ready to watch this in 40 minutes from now.
It's raining now too.
Yeah, it started sprinkling a little bit. But guys, hopefully you got encouraged by this. We didn't really joke a lot. We didn't laugh a lot. It was a serious topic. You know, it's a serious topic to Sharon. It's a serious topic to share to the family, and I'm part of this family. You know, and as you guys know, I spent my time in prison, so I get it, man. You know, so hopefully you got something from this. Didn't want to start your day sad or nothing, but have a blessed day. Have a great day. You know, and thank you guys for being a part of this family. We appreciate you.
I'll show you guys some pictures of some of the production.
Oh yeah, I'll put in some pictures. Maybe I'll put them in the beginning. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we can show them some.
So I'm sure by the time you're hearing this, you already saw the pictures because I got to put it into the editing. But anyways, God bless you guys. Have a great day. Anything else, man?
No, that'll be it.
All right, guys.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.
Bye.